Good afternoon, class. Hello.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon. My name is Prataksha, and today I'm going to teach you science. So I'm going to ask few questions. If you know the answer, please answer it in a complete statement. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So first question is, when is your birthday?
My birthday is on 25 February.
Well, okay. So what will you do on 25th February?
I will celebrate my birthday by throwing a party.
Okay. Okay, tell me, for celebrating birthday party, how will you decorate the hall?
We can decorate the hall by using balloons, colorful ribbon,
Okay.
flowers, and etc.
Okay, okay. Then tell me, how will you inflate a balloon?
We can inflate a balloon by blowing air in it.
Okay. So tell me then, what is air? Okay, class. Today we are going to study about air in detail. So tell me, how do you realize the presence of air?
We can feel the presence of air.
Yes, we can feel the presence of air. Then what do you mean by air? Air. Air is a mixture of gases. Now, the Earth is surrounded by an envelope of air that extends up to many kilometers above the Earth's surface. It is known as atmosphere. The atmosphere plays an important role in the survival of mankind. We know that this is, see in the diagram, this is Earth. Earth is surrounded by the atmosphere, and atmosphere has several layers. Like first one is troposphere, then second is stratosphere, in which ozone layer is present, then mesosphere, in which we can see meteors is there, then thermosphere, in which the satellites are there. So this atmosphere protect us from harmful UV rays. So basically it is a the layer of air around the earth is called atmosphere. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, in 1980, sorry, in 1789, Anthony Lavoisier named the active component of air as oxygen and inactive component as nitrogen. So in 1789, there was a scientist, Anthony Lavoisier. He named the, in air several gases are there. So active component of air is oxygen and inactive component of air is nitrogen. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me, name the first layer of atmosphere.
The first layer of atmosphere is troposphere.
Okay, then what is the composition of air? Composition of air. Now, as we know that air is a mixture of gases, so mainly containing nitrogen 78% and oxygen 21%. Look here, this is a pie chart of composition of air by volume. This red, the greater part is nitrogen, because nitrogen is 78% in air. Then 21% is oxygen. This green part is oxygen. Then 1% is remaining is the other gas. So the remaining 1% is made up of gas called argon. Now in 1% also 0.9% is argon gas. Carbon dioxide is 0.03% in other, in this 1%, and water vapor. Then other constituent of air are dust particles, carbon particles, carbon monoxide, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and chlorofluorocarbon, which is written as CFCs. So these constituents are in the variables. That means percentage is not fixed. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now tell me, what is the percentage of carbon dioxide in air?
The percentage of carbon dioxide in air is 0.03%.
Very good. So what are the properties of air? Properties of air. First is air occupies space, and let's see, you can perform these activities at your home also. Like first one is, we have taken press an inverted glass tumbler over a water. See here, we have taken a tub in which water is there. Now we have taken the inverted glass tumbler. uh, then tilt it to one side. In the second figure, we have tilted that glass tumbler. Then what will happen? The on tilting, air bubbles comes out. So this shows that these air bubbles shows that air occupies space. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Second is air has mass. Now, in this figure, you can see here an inflated balloon is placed on a scale, moves towards the one side. In first, both are inflated balloons, so scale is balanced. But in one side, in the next figure, only one balloon is inflated. So scale moves towards one side. So this shows that air has mass. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see next property. Air exerts pressure. Now take an open can, fill it with water and heat it. See in this figure, this we have taken a can and we are heating it. On the formation, when you heat something, there is a formation of steam. So now after that, place a cap tightly and keep it aside. Now on cooling, on condensation of the steam, the pressure inside the can reduces. When after some time the pressure inside the can reduces. So the outside air exerts pressure on the can which crumples slowly. See in the next figure, the outside air crumples the can. So this shows that air exerts pressure. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see next property. Air is highly compressible. You all have seen the syringe. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So on pressing the piston of the syringe, the piston move inwards. See, this is the piston. So when we compress it, the air inside it compressible. Why? Because air inside the syringe has the maximum intermolecular space. Because gases have large intermolecular space, so it is highly compressible. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, name the gas which you take in for breathing.
We take in oxygen gas.
Yes, oxygen gas. Then what are the applications of air? Okay, application of air. First one is air is essential for respiration and burning. As we know that we take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Similarly, for burning, uh, oxygen is necessary because if there is no oxygen, nothing can burn. Then next is in oxygen deficient places. First is oxygen cylinder, like you have seen the deep sea divers, astronaut, etc. carry oxygen cylinder because in deep when they go deep in the sea or in the space, there is no oxygen. In that place, oxygen cylinder they carry with their self. Then oxygen tent, hospital use oxygen for artificial respiration. So these are the application of air. Is it clear? Then third is for evaporation. Air speeds up evaporation of moisture. So when there is windy, then evaporation takes place faster. During pollination, blowing of the wind help us in the dispersal of seeds and hence in the pollination in flowering plants. When wind blows, then the sometimes wind carry away the seeds. So this is called the dispersal, pollination of seeds, dispersal of seeds and hence in the pollination in the flowering plant. Then next is wind is used for running windmills. Large windmills are used by using winds to generate electricity. Then next is air brings about changes in weather, and due to air, weathers are changing. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's see what we have discussed today. Okay, what is an atmosphere? Tell me.
Surrounded by an envelope of air, which
Yes.
is known as atmosphere.
Very good. Next is, what is an air?
Air is a mixture of gases.
Yes. Very good. Next is, name the active and the inactive component of air.
The active component of air is oxygen, and
Yes.
the inactive
Component.
component of air is nitrogen.
Very good. So next question is, name the four properties of air.
The four properties of air are: first,
Yes.
air occupies space.
Very good.
Second,
Next.
air
Yes.
has mass.
Very good.
Third, air
Yes.
exerts pressure.
Good.
Fourth,
Yes.
air is
Very good. Next is, what is the percentage of nitrogen in air?
the percentage of nitrogen in air is 78%.
Very good. Okay, let's take a quick recap what we have discussed today. Fill in the blanks. First one is the what is surrounded by an envelope of air. What do you call that envelope of air?
The atmosphere is surrounded by an envelope of air.
Very good. Lavoisier in 1789 proved that the active part of air is what?
Lavoisier in 1789 proved
Yes.
that the active part of air is oxygen.
Very good. Oxygen consists of what percentage of air?
Oxygen consists about 21% of air.
Very good. Fourth one is air is highly what?
Air is highly compressible.
Very good. Next is air has mass and occupies what?
Air has mass and occupies space.
Very good. Okay, class, this is your homework. Draw the pie chart of composition of air in your copy. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, class. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.